I'm late. I'm sorry, I am late. I cannot apologize enough. I am late. Never late. Okay. Hold on. Get a beverage. Okay. I'm late. I'm sorry. For replay purposes only. Thank you for watching the replay. I appreciate that. All right. So I'm going to basically talk about this. Hey, Clancy. Hold on, Clancy. I'll answer your quote. I will answer your question now. Let me go find it. And my phone have not been getting along lately, and I don't know why. Seems to have some resentment. Oh, honey. Wait for everybody to just file in. I know the masses are getting Virgo. I know that their masses are trying to get in here, so I am going to let the thousands of people waiting. Thank you, Vicky, for being a member for 32 months. I know I'm always late. Not always. I'm rarely late. All right. Hey, Prince Crank. Hello, Rumor. Peggy. Clancy, I'm going to answer you in just 1 second. Hello, Freeside. By Angel. Absolute angel he is. He gets a bad. Why do people hate him so much? I don't know. Vince Crank, I hope you're having a great day. Is everybody Super Bowl ready? Hey, Rumor. I am not because I don't give a shit. Apparently, Mr. 681 and the rest of the children upstairs are very prepared. For this, I personally am not. I just don't care. Sorry, I need to. We're not going to worry about that right now. We're not going to worry about that right now. So, there's been, I fear right now, I fear that I'm going to be missing valuable information that has come. Hey, I hate peas. Because it's this, I'm confused about this. I am confused about a lot of these things. And don't worry, I stay confused. So there you go. So I have notes that I took like the first few days. And then everything went on its head. And I'm confused. I don't blame Peggy. I think you probably it's rigged. And I looked at, all right, so I'm not a big bunny. I don't know who the fuck that is. He might. I mean, I really don't know. I'm sorry. So, I didn't care one way or another if you performed or not. We're going to talk about that, Mike. We're going to talk about that because that idiot, I'm sorry if you love him, that moron, on his way down to Florida to Malago, okay, to his big estate of Malago. On the way, he felt the need, as he always does, to come back to the press pool room, right? Stick his bloated face out there and start talking random shit. God love him. Well, yeah, I had to look him up. Remember? So then I looked at, okay, so that, the MAGA, because we can't have somebody from Puerto Rico, at the Super Bowl. It's just not right. So Kid Rock, who is not a kid anymore, changed that name to Geriatric Kid Rock. You got it. Is going to be performing at a MAGA event on a different channel. I'd rather watch the Puerto Rican, I'm just saying, Kid Rock. Yeah. Right. He is now Geriatric Rock. That's what I'm going to call it. He was up there's a couple times in the Trump administration where he has been in the Oval Office in his, you know, ragged t-shirt and jeans with that fucking hat on. I think the first time he was trying to get some kind of control over the price of tickets, I laughed because I said, Kid Rock, ain't nobody paying above $10 for your fucking. Just stop right now. Just stop right now. Ain't nobody paying over $10 for your concert. Back in the day, might have been. And then I think that he was in the office the other day. I don't even know what he was bitching about then. But again, I thought, why are you at the White House? Why? I love you, Bubbles. Thank you. Yeah, so again, go on and you go, Kid Rock. My son actually found some lyrics to one of his older songs that talked about having fun, having sex with young people. That it wasn't, oh God, I'd have to get him down there. Yeah, no, right. Sounds just like Kid Rock. That's who you have. Why didn't Nicki Minaj? She should have put her dumb ass up there since she loves Trump so much. Why is Nicki Minaj not going to perform for the MAGA dumb shit over here? Her and Kid Rock. Do it. Hey, Mountain Bob, how are you? He's a change his name to who cares? Let's, A Veritas, we're just going to change Kid Rock's name to who cares? Because I don't. I really don't. Brad Arnold. Do you know that he died yesterday? Friday, I was in the car listening to Three Doors Down. It came on my radio station. And I thought to my, I said, hey, check them out in a minute. Because I've always liked him. The next day, we find out that he has passed away from cancer. Cancer. You know, it makes me sick. But here we are today. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about Nancy. So if you remember, let me fill you in basically, is if you don't know, and I'm sure you do, on January 31st, Nancy Guthrie was at I guess, game night at her daughter's house. She took an Uber there, and then her daughter drove her home. 9:47 is when Nancy hit the garage door to open. It closed at 9:50. Okay, that's the timeline. Hold on, I got it written down too. That's the timeline. Then at between 2 and 2:15 and 2:30, let me see. Hold on, I got it right here. I got it. Maybe I don't have it. I bet I do. Because the timeline was very telling. Anyway, we had a timeline. About 2:30, we have a movement apparently on one of the cameras. We'll get to that in a second. And then all the cameras were smashed. And then I think at 2:12, something like that, her pacemaker lost the app to her Apple Watch. Okay, so this we know, and that was it. So the little sheriff guy, God love him, Nanos, said that basically said that it was a Nest system, Halloween baby, and that a Nest system, and that the Nest system would not send them the footage. And then we find out back over here that camera door thing it didn't work. It wasn't where it, where it picked up activity. I don't know. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. So the sheriff dropped that ball. I'm sorry, but he did. Because that wasn't the case. So she's gone by February 1st. All right. Today is the day that she would have disappeared. Well, you know what, Rumor? Here's what's funny about that is that the sheriff did not know that Nancy Guthrie's children even did the first plea. He didn't know until his wife told him. So that makes me think maybe they have let Sheriff Danos go over here. We got it over here. So he did not know about that first video until his wife told him. Then you notice we had, like he said, he wasn't going to have any more press conferences until there was something to report. Well, the second ransom note, I guess we'll call it that. It's an email. We found out that the first one got emailed to 2 local stations in Tucson and Harvey Levin at TMZ. Now, I watched Harvey Levin and Jeff Garofalo. Yeah, you know, that lawyer. They think that Jeff, I can't even say his name right now. Why can't I say his name? Anyway, they were speculating, wondering if that the abductors sent the emails to the 2 local stations that morning, and then I think they probably sent it to TMZ almost for fact checking. You know what I'm saying? Like it freaks. If the 2 local stations didn't cover it, then Harvey Levin would, and we know he would. So now we have the second note. We have the second note that basically the family wants proof of life. The kidnappers, if that's what I call them, were not willing to do that. So in this second note that they got, it was more, they say, of a message. And they offered things that they offered information in that second one that would prove she was alive without them talking to her, which this caused another flurry of activity, right? We have there was the other night, police in the night. And funny, let me just say this. The police are conducting these things at night. They're not doing it during the day. They're doing it at night. I don't know why, but anyway. So after the second note, in fact, let me pop it up. We'll show, I mean, obviously I don't know the second note. We'll show you the activity though. Add to stage. Thank you. All right, this is again, it's just her and her mother. Complete adoration in the voice. And that here's the vulnerable adult. I think that may have been the first message. All right, here's the house. We've seen the house. There's the outlay of the house. Again, another view of the house. Okay, this is the sister. Hold on, let's look at this bitch. Here we go with these 2. I ain't gonna say no more. She didn't pay her sister. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't know why. So then we have this. Let me make this big. Hold on. Let me, I gotta do this. Hold on. I gotta make sure what y'all are seeing is what I'm seeing on my phone. So hold on. Because y'all know I am absolutely famous for not knowing what I'm doing. Okay. I've got some things to look at too. Let me cut this down all the way. Pick this. Oh, nope, not that. You know, one day I'm going to be prepared when I come on. I'm going to be prepared one day. It's going to be today, though. It's going to be today. All right. I am live. Make sure I'm live. Yeah, I'm live. All right, let me blow this up. And this basically reads as follows. Law enforcement officials in Arizona are searching for a vehicle or vehicles, plural, that may be connected to the Nancy Guthrie investigation. NBC has learned. A Circle K spokesperson told NBC News that law enforcement visited their store on Oracle Road in Tucson after, quote, receiving a tip regarding a vehicle of interest. And our team was prepared, provided them the access to the thing. All right, so cops showed up at this Circle K, which was 6 miles away from her home, and to look for whatever. We don't know. Ow, what the hell? So let's go a little bit further here. Okay, in the second note is when we had a flurry of activity. We had cops like literally searching bushes around her home and on the outside perimeter of her property, and they jumped up here on top of the house. The message that they got told them that there was a camera on top of the house. I think we don't know. So this caused police to get up on that roof. They've got you. If you look right here, I think she's got her hand on a camera. I am not sure. It is weird. Okay, and then we also had this is Nancy's car in the garage. This got taken out. Here's what they've also done. Let me just say this. The first time they searched the home, right? The home. They then released it to the family. And then they came back. And we had to put tape all over it again. And they looked for something else. This is the third time now that they have tape around, right? And they pulled out that car. That's her car. Now, why was it? This is all after that second message. They hauled it away. I don't know why you wouldn't do that in the first place, but I am not, I'm not FBI. I'm surprised to believe. Yeah, I don't, yeah. I would agree on that. So they, that day, took the car, actually at the cover of night. So let me read this little thing from the sheriff's department. The FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department are aware of a new message regarding Nancy Guthrie. Investigators are actively inspecting the information provided for the message for it, basically for its authenticity. While this is one new piece of information, the FBI, Sheriff's Department are still looking for anyone with tips. Okay, the $50,000 reward. Okay, let's work with that. Let's work with that. Is that all I have? That's all I have. Yeah. All right, hold on. Let me get you back. Hold on, let me get you back normal. All right, there we go. Now I've got some things here. Let me stop this. I took myself out. Sorry, took myself out. So let's look at. We've seen. If y'all haven't seen the first message from the three children, it's interesting. It's also interesting that the three of them are sitting there. Savannah Guthrie again almost doubled over. Her sister's over here, brother's over here. The brother never says a word. I ain't worried about that because, like I said before, if I was kidnapped and my children made a thing, he would not say a word. I know he wouldn't. So, and then it looked like the sister over here, who Ashley Bainfield told us last week that her husband was the prime suspect. Ashley, what the fuck are you doing? Hey Kyle, I can't even trust what Ashley Bainfield says anymore. I cannot trust her because if this comes in and they arrest that the brother-in-law, I'm wrong. She's right, but I'm not. So let's look at. Let me find This is Cameron, her brother, makes a thing of his own. So let me Let me screen share this. Let me see. Screen share. Is it this one? It is this one. All right, let's listen to his plea. Okay. And it's very short. It's very to the point.
This is Cameron Guthrie. I'm speaking for the Guthrie family. Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom. We want to talk to you, and we are waiting for contact. This is Cameron Guthrie.
Okay, so short, sweet, to the point. The problem with this as well is that there has only been 2 notes. The first one, I think, gives the demands, how much they want and where. And different things to know, like where her Apple Watch was in the house, and God, I think it's something that was smashed. I can't remember. It was been a while. They gave no Jess. Watch this mess. You are in the right place. Again, when with the first message, they didn't give them a way to contact the family or the abductors. They didn't do a lot of things, and so there was nothing. Well, Friday, there was nothing the family could do. They didn't know how to communicate. This is very odd to me. And then the first message, again, Nancy, very emotional. Yeah. I don't even know what else to say. So let me, family fun. Okay, this is the latest. So let me screen share. Nope, that is not what I want. We're gonna screen share one more time. And we are going to find the one that is new. I believe this is it. It's right here. Nope, that is not it. Mm-hmm. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, this is it. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. All right, so we're just going to listen to this one more time. This is from today, I believe, or late last night. I don't really remember. All right, let me.
That she's alive out. On behalf of our family, we want to thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom, Nancy. We feel
Okay,
them,
that's not, this is the old one.
and we continue to believe that she feels them too.
Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. Okay, this is the first one that they did. Shit. Let me find the second one. Here we go. I'm so sorry. All right, let me go back over and had the wrong one. I'm sorry. We can do this right here. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, we got it. We got it. Just make sure I got it. If it doesn't show up on my phone, it's not showing up, is it? Fuck. All right, hold on. It's not. Hold on. Let me cancel that. Cancel. Screen share. God damn it. Why do I keep this? All right, here we go. Hold on, guys. All right. Come on. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry. We're sharing it. All right, here we go.
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
That was short and sweet. So here we are again. We are again. They want to pay this money. I don't know how much. I know. Let me tell you the second note or message came from a different IP address than the first one. Okay, but they had these are untraceable. I don't know why you would think that the powers that be would be able to at least crack this where the email came from. They cannot. They do know that the Bitcoin address that they want the money sent to is a legitimate. It's up and running, and so we have these, let's go through this one more time, because if you looked at the second video, her sister, and I'll share this one more time. Let's look at the sister. The first time, right? No makeup, no nothing. I don't know what. And now let's look at her now. Let's take a look at her right now. Huh. Got a little hair, twirly going on. That thing's been hit with definitely been hit with a curling iron. Got her hair down. Looks like she might have a little bit of makeup on, and she is squeezing herself trying to fucking react. Totally different person that we saw 3 days ago. Now I don't know if somebody told her ass to, do what you got to do, but she looks a lot better now. Not horrible, but I'm going to say it. Yeah, I am a bit confused. A lot of experts think that this is all local, that she is still in the area, that this was somebody local that she knew. That's kind of setting up the brother-in-law, but I'm just saying. But everybody mostly thinks it's local. One, so they have told the family, when you pay us, we will release her a couple hours later, maybe 3 or 4 hours later. So Harvey Levin said, what they did was you had the house, and they did a radius on the specific time that she would be released. How far away to how close. And I think it was about a 700-mile radius that she could be. I don't believe it's a conspiracy. I believe someone thought they could gain. Yeah, it's so odd. It could very well be. We just don't know. I mean, I don't even think the police know. I'm sorry, but I don't think they do. But that second note, again, they said it wasn't a demand letter. It was proof that she was alive. So something in that message, it could have been anything. Your mother says, this, and this. And that's the abductors thought that would be enough to move the family. And apparently it was. Okay. Apparently it was more than enough to do that. So now let's see. Let's look at this. Let me show you a story about the girls, the fucking sister's car that has once again been looked at. Hey, Lady K. Motherfucker. How do I not? Oh, God, hold on a minute. How can I forget to screen share? I don't know how. Can't be responsible for anything I do. All right, here we go. I'm so sorry. Here we go. And this says it was 3 hours ago that this happened, but I don't know that this came on, but I don't know.
The search for Nancy Guthrie. Investigators returned to her home late last night, and they were also seen at the home of her daughter, Annie. This comes after the Guthrie family released yet another video statement addressing her potential captors. Christian Benavides shows you the latest.
Late Saturday, detectives returned to Nancy Guthrie's home. Investigators were also spotted at the home of her daughter, Annie Guthrie. It's unclear what prompted the law enforcement response, but it came shortly after the family released another video statement.
We received your message, and we understand.
In their posting, the Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie and her siblings took to social media to address a new message from the potential abductors.
We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Authorities have been working to verify the authenticity of 2 messages from the potential captors. On Friday, FBI agents removed the camera from Nancy Guthrie's roof and towed her car from her garage to examine it for potential fingerprints or other clues. CBS News has learned law enforcement is tracking down vehicles captured on surveillance cameras the night she disappeared, including at this gas station.
We cannot provide every bit of information that they receive until they get to a closer place of identifying where Ms. Guthrie is and the people that might have taken her.
According to a timeline provided by law enforcement, there was about a 41-minute window from the time the doorbell camera disconnected to when Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker app disconnected from her phone. Within this time frame, software detected movement at 2:12 a.m., but it wasn't recorded. The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
Pima County
Okay.
Sheriff Chris.
We were at the sister's house again. Again. Yeah, let me throw this I'm gonna put this in the chat. Please don't come up and show me your wiener. I don't want to see it. I also don't want to see a firearm, a tit, those, can we just not? And that would be great. Because I want somebody, yeah, y'all can come up, absolutely. So we have that. Now they're back at the sister's house. Again, they took out a huge bag of stuff, I guess. It's very hard to believe this has only been a week. But I want to say a couple days ago, the first or second time they went there, they brought out a huge bag of whatever, right? Put it in the car. Now they're back there last night. In the nighttime, you saw they're doing this shit at night. The police showed back up at Nancy's house again. And they could tell, people outside could tell they were inside taking pictures, I guess, from the flash. And then that day they were up on that roof. I don't know if the people who had her mentioned that camera. We'll never know. Yankees for life. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about Donald Jessica Trump. Donald Jessica Trump. Apple pie. How you doing, baby? Donald Jessica Trump decided, again, I said a minute ago, while on the way down to Mar-a-Lago to watch the Super Bowl, he stuck his head back to the press corps part of the plane. And he made the following comment. I shit you fucking not. Here we go with this idiot. And let's bring that up and let's talk about it. Make sure that it's up here, because sometimes shit does not share. It should. There we go. Here's Donald Jessica Trump.
President, you promised Savannah Guthrie's family the full support of federal law enforcement. FBI is now.
I'll give you a little statement. I think we're doing very well on that regard. You're probably surprised to hear that. I think we're doing very well. Very well, meaning we have some clues, I think, that are very strong. And I think we could have some answers coming up fairly soon.
Is this a nationwide search? Is this a search going to Mexico?
I'm not talking about a search. I'm talking about a solution. We have some things I think that will maybe come out reasonably soon from DOJ or FBI or whoever that could be.
Hold on. I love that he says the DOJ, the FBI, whoever. Oh, okay. Okay, sir. Thank you for that in depth.
Suspect?
Yeah, it could be definitive.
So
A lot's taken place in the last couple of hours. A lot of things have happened with regard to that horrible situation in the last couple of hours.
Mr. President, at the very least, do you condemn the racist parts of the video?
Okay, that's into that. Then we go into the video that was released on his account, depicting the Obamas as apes, that he said was put on there by his staffer. Every time something like that happens, he does something ignorant like that. Oh, that was a staffer. Do you think that Donald Jessica Trump just throws his thing around and says, y'all, look, here's my e-account. Here's my, what is it? I don't even know what the fuck it's called. Here's my whatever account on whatever it is. Post away, guys, because I'm going to the bathroom. Whatever. Back to the latest sibling video. She said, return. People have been picking apart. Let me get down. Jessica Trump's. Oh, the wording is very precise, right? I mean, again, the word used, like said, release it so we can celebrate this or whatever. I don't know. I have to wonder how many people, and I'm not, would think, well, Savannah Guthrie, she's probably got a lot of money. Let's kidnap her mom. Why Savannah Guthrie? There is a profiler on X that does a lot of stuff for the news network and whatnot. She's a expert witness, blah, blah, blah. And she had said that she believed that this was not so much a kidnap for money. This was a way to completely humiliate, punish whatever the family. That this had nothing to do with the mother. It's somebody wanting to inflict, immense pain on somebody in the family, which would be one of her children, or maybe all of them. Yeah, you know what? One last cupcake. That's so cute. I mean, at this point, everything is on the table, isn't it? Every single thing is on the table right now. Is it politically motivated? Could be. Is it financially? It could be. Is it to inflict horrible things on the family? Could be. I don't think this is random. I think that we got, in the beginning, we didn't know if it was targeted or random. And here we go in 2026. There are a lot of kidnapping and ransoms going on. I'm still saying the answer. Oh, I think so too. Yeah. And I talked to y'all about when I covered the Lindbergh baby. And that was 100 years ago, literally. And you had the person that wrote the letter, even though the baby was found a year and I don't know how much later, dead in the yard and basically on Charles Lindbergh's property. That kid never made it out of that. Nobody had that child. And in other countries, they do this. The cartel will do this. But then what the hell Nancy Grace got to do with the cartel? Not Nancy Grace. Either one of these, people. I just don't know. Is it the son-in-law? And because here's the thing too. They know that Nancy got home at 9:47 because of her garage door. Now, if the sister says, yeah, I just dropped her off. Okay, if that's true, okay. But if it were the other way around and she wanted to get it right exactly, and that child was already dead, did the sister of Savannah and the husband work this out where, all right, I'm going to say we're dropping her off. I'm going to go in with her. I'm going to do things, and the woman was already dead. I don't know. I really don't know. Let me put my hair up real quick. It's getting on my nerves. So we have a big deadline coming tomorrow at 5 o'clock Tucson time. But here's there you go, lady. Here's the thing. They know that the garage door, the sister said, I took her home at 9. We got there at 9:45. Well, at 9:47, the garage door opens. And that's the way a lot of people get in their house. They'll go through the garage. And then when my mom had a garage, that's where we'd go in and out of. So the garage door was open at 9:47. It closed at 9:50. Sister could have been there with her. We're not ever going to know. We might know. But tomorrow is the big deadline. This is the huge deadline that's coming. Harvey Levin discussed it. This one is the rock solid. If we do not hear from you by X time on Monday, the shit is going down. So we got a lot coming up That's how I go. Yeah, exactly, Pete. I mean, I get that. Absolutely get that. Yeah, just the garage door went up. Doesn't mean she went in, and it doesn't mean she didn't go in alone. You know, Monday's the big one. Monday is the one that is concrete, that something shitty gonna happen if you don't do this by this. You know? So will that cause a flurry of activity today or tonight? Because that's when they like to do it. The police now, and y'all listen, JLR. I have been, look, and I understand that JLR has become a, you know, whatever the fuck he's become. JLR became known to us, and I mean me, Savage, Pirate, Val, when he, along with Molly Go Fuck Yourself, and that other chick, and you know, Bullshit Betty, they were in Tennessee, right? To basically harass the whole fucking town. We found out that he is litigious. He has sued God while he was in prison for stealing shit. He sued God. He tried to sue Kim Kardashian for taking his virginity. He had so many litigious bullshit that technically he can't even file another lawsuit ever. Okay. So this guy is fucking nuts. I have done, check out my heels on the ground. If you want to go look at my parodies with J for, well, we call it J for Jonas, which is that fucking Justin, whatever the fuck, the yellow kid, right? The yellow. I've done parodies on that son of a bitch. Just J for Jonas. J for Jonas was on somebody else's stream about this the other day. His voice is like, it's like audio volume to me. Every time he starts talking, and no emotion, barely moving his head because, you know, whatever. And then he begins to speak low, you know, shut up. You want to know? Hold on. If y'all, in case y'all don't know, hold up. Where is my J for Justice? It might be out there. Hold on, y'all think I ain't got them. Ah, fuck, it's out there. My J for Justice, orange, yellow makeup, and little hair thing. Made fun of him all over the place. But anyway, JLR, that moron, is now supposedly, you know, the next I don't know what. He's out there. Yes, it is that. He was always yellow. And I did so many parodies being him. And JLR. Hooves on the ground. Please go look. So he was out there, right? And again, all this stuff does happen at night. I don't know why the police are doing that, but they do. It's fine. I know, right? But when I saw JLR outside the house, he was going to be there, and like at 2:30 in the morning when all this took place to show how dark it was. Bitch, we already know that. We already know that, bitch. Hello? We know. It was very dark. There are no street lights. We get it. But JLR went, whatever. When I met him at Steph Stern sentencing, he is very, I mean, I could pull up everything, every lawsuit he filed when he was in fucking prison. But we ain't got time for all that. We do not have time for all that. I'm sure it's Googleable. Is that a word? Googleable? It is now. I've just coined it. If you put JLR, could you do JL? Anyway, it's easy to find. I'll fucking find it. I like boots on the ground and surviving this. Which one? Again, let me just say, we became aware of these people when they were in Tennessee. Now, that's Molly Go Fuck Yourself, Bullshit Betty, J for Jonas, and JLR. Okay. Maybe J for Justice wasn't there. But when they harassed literally the entire time, the entire town, I don't care what you think or what you think you know or whatever feels about Summerwell. I hate to even mention her name. Summerwell's parents is we do not know. I would ask people who were like, running just the parents. And I would go, but do you know that? Do you know? And they were all like, well, no. Well, then stop saying it. If you don't know, you don't say it. So and it did quiet down a bit after that. But Southern Girl, what happened? Wait a minute, what? Who broke up? Oh no, do I have to send somebody? Does anyone know what happened to Merrick? I don't know who. Oh, is that the? Wait a minute. Is that they had a little girl with them, and I don't know if this is right. Who was like, all she is. Well, who was the Marigold? I don't understand. I don't know. Oh, Jay. Oh, he had a girlfriend? Well, he gonna sue her ass. Oh, he gonna sue your ass, girlfriend. They're searching our water tower now. Water well now, Jacob. Really. I'm thinking today is going to be a very, very, very busy day. And tomorrow especially is going to be, we don't know when, where, or how they're going to get this money to this account that is absolutely you're doing. That is absolutely a legitimate, Bitcoin account. I don't know how any of that works. I hope that, I hope, and we all do, that she is found alive. If it takes that money to get her back, fine, but it's setting up. It is setting up a way where you can like go and kidnap someone, right? Their mother, their father, their kids, and you're going to get money for it because this is how we do it. This is how, right? And it's going to set up something that I don't think we want. They're all connected. It could, yeah. And no opinion is right or wrong because we just don't know. And people feel weird about, one person and they feel like weird about the other person. Of the three children, I'll just say three children. I don't know. Yeah, well, again, I don't know anything about it. I know that it dipped way down the other day. It dipped really far. I think it was like 11% or something like that. But if that's where you want it, I guess that's where you want it. I just don't know. And I don't believe 100 years that they don't know. That they don't know. Let me see. I think I have one more. Did I play that? I think I played that. I know what I was going to do. I know what I was going to do. All right. So there's, I think I put out before. Let me screen share this though. You could put Nancy Guthrie into your X account and it's going to bring a lot of people up. Now, this is the guy that is probably more popular than most. And let me bring him up here. Did I do it right? I probably didn't. No, I did not. No, I did not. One day I'm going to learn how to work this. And you people better be scared. All right, hold on. Present. Share screen. Let's look at Brian Inton. All right, here he is. Y'all see him? Let me make sure you see him. You should see him. Let me see. Hold on. There we go. Okay, there we go. So he's there, obviously. He works for, I think he does a lot of stuff for News Nation, but he also has a pretty large fan, there we go. I'm sorry. So 33 minutes ago, Latest from sheriff on Nancy Guthrie investigation. Investigators have not identified any suspects, persons of interest, or vehicles connected to this case. So that is a pretty shitty place to be during this. But again, I guess I get it. If you have encrypted everything, nobody can figure you out, which is kind of scary to me. But at 1 hour ago, he said back at it, working a few things after late night with Annie. So they again went back to her house last night, and here they are starting to leave her house. And this was, let me see, it was like 12 hours ago, so it would have 1:30 in the morning. I think there we go with Annie Guthrie again. They were in the house again at night. I don't, have they ever been at Cameron's house, the brother? No. So they are pretty effing sure. I'm sorry that after the third time they've been there, something has got to be going on. Something has got to be going on because they keep doing this shit, right? Again, they searched the mom's house. They released it to the family. They came back again, taped it off, searched her house again, returned it from the family, went back again last night, right? Started taking the pictures or whatever and left. I don't know if the house has been returned to the damn family again or not, but here's the thing. If you think one of them is it, stop releasing the fucking house to them. Stop. Because that means the brother-in-law, whatever, they can go in there and spread her. The sister, duh. So you know what? And nobody knows the amount of money, Janie. We just know that it is a lot. It's over $1 million. It's under whatever, but it's multiple $1 million. We just don't know how much. They won't tell us. They won't. There's some things they're keeping very, very, very close to the vest. But if you are on Twitter or X, excuse me, this would be a good one to follow. And I guess y'all can see it, right? Yeah, I can see it. You see his name. This is just so weird. This is just so weird. 13 hours. Flashes still going off in Annie Guthrie's home. Okay, so they are taking pictures. And in her home, they are taking photographs of her home. Something is going on. Hello, Mr. G. Gotham. I love you. There is something going on at that sister's house. You don't keep going back. You do not keep going back over and over and over again. And now they're taking photographs in the home at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. Of what? This ain't family photo time. So they know it's something in that damn house. They know it's something. Was it $6 million? Did somebody say that? Yeah, I didn't know. I just knew it was multi-million. Hey, Peachy, my cinnamon girl. Yeah. They just said multi-million. There's no way. I think they said Savannah makes about $8 million a year. That doesn't mean she's got $8 million laying around though. And I don't really know what the brother does. I don't know what the sister does. The sister does. No idea. Again, why was Savannah Guthrie's mother chosen of all the people in the world? Oh, this is your is this your practice? Is this you're going through your practice session? I don't know. I do not know. So again, Brian is out there all day, all night. I guess he's covered everything. So again, we have photographs being taken inside of her house. We had stuff brought up yesterday, the day before, of her house. Something's in that fucking house, and they know it. And law enforcement appeared to be at Guthrie's again. Flashes. Then we have that third appeal to the abductors. And we have him. FBI deputies left again. Hold on. So then this was like 24 hours ago. The FBI and the deputies were at Nancy's house again. Okay, again. I'm assuming that is searching for whatever the the ransom said, I don't know. No clue. I do not know what's going on. We none of it. But this guy's good. Here we go with the Pima County Sheriff's Department. There's no press conferences today or interviews, working on other angles. I'm not real sure that that Sheriff's Department is being used right now. And I say that just because the sheriff was the one scheduling the press conferences. Well, all of a sudden he said, "Yeah, if we don't have anything to report, we're not going to have a presser." Here on February 6th, 3 deputies just arrived at Annie Guthrie's home. I'm just going backwards so we can just see how many times. They are towing away what appears to be the car that was in Nancy Guthrie's home. Tow trucks just arrived at Nancy. Okay, so we have this. Then we got President Trump. Let me just stop right now. We have our president, or y'all's president, I am my president, again, walking his bloated ass all the way back to the press part of the plane and begins to give details on something's very big, something very, very big. I don't know which department is doing it because I don't know about all that, but something that we've gotten this, we've got mine. Why? Why would you get up there and say that you had this information and it's going to be this soon? I don't think I want the abductors to know that. Number one, I don't think it should be. He shouldn't be discussing it at all. Worry about the fucking government shutdown that's getting ready to happen. Worry about Iran making you look like a pussy. You need to worry about Russia making you look like a total retard. Should we go on? Should we go on? This is what you need not be worrying with, Mr. Trump. Please, for fuck's sake. You don't get there and say it. You just don't say it. Why are you saying that? But there's been other people that have said the same thing. Like, oh, well, they've got to do this. They got to know this. They got to do that. No, no, we're not going to do that. Oh. So, that's all. I mean, I'm trying to see if that's all I have. There's just not much been going on besides the going into the house again. They're going back to Annie's house again. What are you taking pictures of in there? If it's let's do that. If it's the son-in-law that does have her, or him and the daughter did something, I don't know. That ain't good. If it is someone who is not connected at all, that's not good. Stop saying that we are right around the corner and we've got out. No, sit, go to sleep. Go up there and go to sleep. Donald Trump, Jessica Trump, please go there. Just take a nap. Take a nap. Take a nap. Stop coming back here. In fact, if I were the press corps, I would lock the damn door. I would lock our door so that he couldn't come back there. He'd be knocking, and we were like, shh, everybody stop. He's at the door. You know what you do when somebody pulls up you don't like? You hit the floor. You hit the floor. You turn the lights out and hit the floor and hope the fuck they go away. I think that's what they need to do. If that was the press corps, I'd be like, he's still there. I'm trying to, let me make sure. Sheriffs came on the tip regarding the vehicles. So we don't have any vehicles. That did not turn out to be anything. The Circle K, I mean, that turned out apparently to be nothing. If we listen to that, if we look at that again, they're looking through. We don't know. So the camera on top of the house. There was a camera on top of the house. That was mentioned in the second message. That is why they were up there. They did something. I think if I put this back up, we can see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. There we are. In fact, that day and the day that they towed the car was the same day. And it was the day after the second note was sent on email. So they got something, supposedly a camera from up there that was apparently mentioned in the second message. I'm not going to call it a. And again, that's the same day they took this car out. Shit, sorry. The same day they took the car, they were up on the roof. What does that mean? I have no fucking idea. No effing idea. Oh, there was one picture that I meant to. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I didn't find it. It was all of them. Hold on. It was the whole family in. All right. Oh, I hope y'all can't see that. I've got some pictures on there. I know I took it out. I know I screen grabbed it. All right. I'm gonna blow it up. Hold on, let me make it bigger. This was sad as shit. And let me hold on. I'm getting at this, people. Y'all need to know it. Yeah. Let me make sure. So here is a photograph. This is them at Christmas, the whole entire family. And I'm going to assume it was this Christmas, obviously. So we have, oh shit. We have them here, all the grandchildren, all the brothers and the sisters and the dog and all that bullshit. We have this, and then what, literally 2 months later, we're talking about, yeah, Mountain Mom, you know, I don't understand why they're doing the things the way they are, but it's none of my business. As long as it gets results, I'll get off of my thing, Trump. Go away. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, the dog, yeah. Hey, you twin thing. Yeah, supposedly, this was everything that was in that second letter is what the kidnappers believe is better than actual talking to her on the phone, seeing her. The kidnappers apparently think whatever was in that second note would verify that she was still alive. What that is, we don't know. I know this, like Mountain Mom. They didn't know that camera was up on the top until the other day when they got the note and they crawled up there. And there we go. What they were looking for in the brush, I don't know. If the I don't know if the kidnappers left something and said, go look, crafty with Amanda. I don't know. But again, today and tomorrow, I think something's going to happen. I don't know what. We got the deadline, 5 o'clock Monday. Is that Pacific time or Mountain time? Pacific, one of them. I can't remember if it's Pacific or Mountain. That's the hard deadline. Now, if something's not done, will they extend it? I don't know. None of us know. I just know I hope this comes to an end soon for the family, for Miss Guthrie, who is 84. She is probably in absolute agony right now. One, scared to death. Two, she hasn't had any of her meds that she's supposed to be on. I think Savannah said before, they're searching a septic tank now. Oh my God. You see, though, how this thing changes really quickly. Like, okay, I didn't know, because when I came live, I didn't know anything about them searching that septic tank. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. I'm making sure I got everything. Up. I don't think I do. I think I got it all. I do. I wish I could watch. Oh yeah, here's the thing too. Let me say this. The second note was sent at 11:45 a.m. on what, Friday? And they didn't start moving and doing anything for 5 hours after that. Why did they wait the 5 hours? I don't know. I don't know why they, and perhaps they didn't. Perhaps they were doing something behind the scenes. But I know that nobody hit that Nancy Guthrie's property until 5 hours later. What the fuck were you doing with that? None of my business. And again, let me say the second note did not have any new demands, but provided a way for the Guthrie family to communicate with the sender, according to KOLD News director. The new note contains something the sender seems to think will prove to investigators that they are the same people who sent the first one. So we know that's true. They did actually convince them. I'm hoping she had a PO box. I am too. But twin thing, I don't know if you hear the other day, the sheriff, day one, it might have been actually, day one, like literally, did say that day that they were monitoring pharmacies every hour on the hour to see if her medicine was was refilled. Does that mean they took a bottle? I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. But he said that every pharmacy was being monitored every hour. That has now since moved out. And now if you are on whatever drugs that she's on and you're getting them refilled, they're looking at that too. I don't know. I don't know she had a pacemaker. I can imagine with extreme fright and extreme physical, I'm going to say agony. If you're 84 and you're in pain and you have to take these pills every day, twice a day, whatever, someone said they knew who it was. Mom had an app on her phone. Oh, yeah, her mom did have an app. Yeah, the pacemaker to the phone. I want to say the last admission was some kind of in that 2 o'clock range. I've got the schedule here somewhere. I just don't know what to do with it. I like to take notes, and then I don't know what to do with them. Because who does that, right? And then another thing. Here's another thing that I thought was weird, but it might not be weird. That when Nancy Guthrie did not go to church on Sunday, and her friends thought it was so unusual, and I'm sure it was, don't get me wrong, that the family literally, once the damn church was over, called the Guthrie family to say your mom wasn't at church today. That's weird. And where they, again, then it gave the sister and the brother-in-law went over there. They were all, one said they were in there an hour before they called the police. It was only like 20 minutes. They were only really in there 20 minutes. But isn't that odd that somebody would be so tipped off that something wasn't right because she didn't come to church on Sunday? That's weird to me. Why you do that right after church is ended? I don't get that. I'm making sure I got everything. Hold up. Hold on. I'm making sure. Okay, here we go. This is more precise. So she entered the house. The garage door went open at 9:48. The door closes around 9:50. 1:47, doorbell camera detects someone. Hey, Elaine, they detect movement or whatever. But they didn't record it because it wasn't hooked up that much. 2:12, software detects person. I'm sorry, I did that. So 1:47, the doorbell camera disconnects. That's what, I don't think the thing was even working now. 2:12, software detects person on camera. Didn't video it. 2:28, pacemaker app shows disconnect from phone. 11:56, the family checks on Nancy at 12:03, 911 is called. So yeah, they didn't. Well, it wasn't even 15 minutes, was it? It was a really short time that they were in there. Now, if y'all look, if you will remember, I wish I could pull it up. I guess I could. The blood that was all over the place, that was all over that front. There was different. If you know anything about this, you could have. They can measure like the blood if you've scat, the patterns, if it's a drip, if it's like a mist. And I say that when like I hate to say it, but sometimes when you throat that it'll spray out. It sprays out. So I don't know what the casting showed them, but that was a lot of blood. And it was a lot of blood that stayed there because we only got the photographs of it when the police had, for whatever reason, released the house back to the children. I don't know why. And then they took it back, and then they gave it back. And then they took it again last night, and they gave it back. Yeah, the sister's back there, back out there with the sister, taking the pictures. Again, I don't believe this is happening in Cameron's home. Cameron Guthrie, the brother. Something's going on with that sister. That's what I'll say with absolute sure. Something is happening with the sister. Maybe Ashley Bankfield was right. I don't know. But this is going to be a very strange next 12 hours, 24 hours. We'll see. Monday's a long way off. If Elaine, we may never know the answer. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever know, but I'll tell you this, I'd be scared to death if I'm somebody's parent or you're a child or whatever, a grown child of any kind of celebrity, because if they are able to pull this off and she is returned alive, lock your doors, people. Lock your doors and get it back. 17 cameras, because you're probably going to need it. This will set up a very, very scary thing. I mean, you want her to be obviously given back alive. But god damn, this is going to be bad. I mean, if this happens again, if they get it, we're done. Well, okay, Elaine, so they will not or have not Savannah Guthrie and her siblings kind of wanted an absolute proof of life, because she even mentioned you can do AI, can sound and look just like that. So they didn't want anything that was AI, but they wanted the proof of life. The second note that came was not really a demand letter, but it was what the abductors thought would be enough information so that they would absolutely know that their mother was alive. So what could that be? That could be, what did Nancy, what did your mom give you for your birthday last year? Or any kind of question that will require the mother to answer. But I don't, again, the family, these people have given them no way to communicate at all. Basically it's them sending a message, and then the children having to have this conversation with a camera instead of their mother. So apparently that second note was the kidnapper's fault enough to prove proof of life. I don't know. Weird that one sister opened some of the fam's quote on her dressing. Bad bitch, you know what? I will predict that sister and that brother-in-law have done this. I'm going to go out on a limb, because obviously the FBI thinks they did this, because why are you in the damn house 3 times? And the last time was last night, where you're taking pictures of they could tell flash bulbs are going off. They've been there 3 times. They've been to that house 3 times. They impounded her car, everything. So the FBI completely believes that there's something going on in that house. Elaine, somebody had said, and the first time we talked about this, that they had borrowed a significant amount of money from Nancy Guthrie, and the timeline of when they were supposed to pay it back was quickly approaching, and they weren't going to be able to do that. So they set up this. This thing was I think the first note was, as they said, very carefully constructed. Everything, the grammar was right. No misspellings. So it was a calculated note, and I say note, but it was an email. The son-in-law is a teacher. I'm not saying that. I mean, I could probably write a good ransom note and spell everything correctly, but the way what did they describe it as? It was a weird way they categorized it. The note. Let me find it. Let me say. Oh yeah, we did have that one guy that was arrested for being allegedly posing as the abductors. Probably not his best work, because that's a bitch in jail. Way to go on that one. Let me see what they describe this note as, because I remember thinking that's pretty specific. That's pretty specific. Let me see. Dead air. I know it's dead air. Hold on, I wrote it down somewhere. I write shit down like the world's weirdest person. If there's a scrap of paper near me and I need it, I'll grab it up. I've got shit on mail envelopes. Kinds of fucking shit. And every time somebody will go to like throw something away in the kitchen, they'll go like, "Mom, is this your note?" Yeah, it's probably is. Anyway, they said it was very carefully constructed. Let's put it that way. Carefully constructed. And this would have had to, just think, if you weren't part of this family, you're not part of this family. All right. One, how do you know where Mom's Apple Watch is? It's obvious she had it on, so people knew she had an Apple Watch. But how do you know specifically in that home where that watch was? And that was one of the things that were in that note. They knew where the watch was, and they knew something else. I want to say the camera smashed. I can't remember what the other thing is. So for you to be in that home with her for one night, let's think about this. They get in there 2-ish in the morning. If I were, that's nonsense. Yeah. I mean, well, we'll see, Mike. Let's say you had just met. Yeah, you said, you know what, we're gonna do this. Nancy Guthrie, let's do it. Someone would have had to have gone in that house before and done a little recon work. How would they know where the damn watch was, right? How did they know that where that watch was going to be important? Why? How did they get the information to get her out? How are we smashing fucking, cameras? How do we know where every camera is, whether it's working or not? How do we know anything like that? You would almost had to have been in that house before, in my opinion. Now, but a family member would always know, right? A family member would know the answer to a question like, what did you get for Christmas from your mom? Well, they would all know that because I just showed y'all the picture. They were all together on Christmas. They would know. They would know. But how is, again, here we go with this. How they don't know where the emails were generated from, and I don't know why. I don't know. So to deliver that second note or message, one of them either would have to have done it themselves or had somebody else do it for them. For that second one to come through, right? It could have been a worker. It could very well, Mike. It could very well. There is nothing off the table at this point. We just don't know. Oh, I'm with you, Gotham. It's somebody in that family. Oh, yeah. It's somebody in that family, 100%. I thought, again, you keep going to their house. You keep taking fucking photographs up until last night. The FBI is not going to waste their time going there and doing that shit. Because, like I said, they haven't done it at the brother's house. We ain't got no information about them being at the brother's house. They sure as fuck ain't been to Savannah's house in New York. Why wouldn't Trump have them arrested? Well, did you see that? Were you here when Mike, did you see what Trump said? I played it just a second ago. I played it. If you didn't, I can play it again. I can play it again. This was Trump's little comments last night on his way to Mar-a-Lago. I can stop saying it like that, but Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. And he basically threw a unneeded bit of information out. Okay, I will certainly will. Let me get that for you. And like this was last night, Mike, on his way to Mar-a-Lago to watch the Super Bowl. And let me grab it. Here we go. I always have to make sure that I'm actually sharing it. And I'm gonna go back. This is a minute. All right.
President, you promised Savannah Guthrie's family the full support of federal law enforcement. FBI is now.
I'll give you a little statement. I think we're doing very well on that regard. You're probably surprised to hear that. I think we're doing very well. Very well, meaning we have some clues, I think, that are very strong. And I think we could have some answers coming up fairly soon.
Is this a nationwide search? Is this a search going to Mexico?
I'm not talking about a search. I'm talking about a solution. We have some things I think that will maybe come out reasonably soon from DOJ or FBI or whoever that could be
Suspect?
Yeah, could be definitive.
So
A lot's taken place in the last couple of hours. A lot of things have happened with regard to that horrible situation in the last couple of hours.
Mr. President, at the very least, do you condemn the racist parts?
Okay. So that's his message last night going to Mar-a-Lago. Oh, did I stop? Hold on. Look at hell. Stop sharing. Go away, Trump. Go away. We don't want to talk to you no more. So that was he said last night. In my opinion, that was the dumbest thing he could have done is get up there and tell people that they're really close to finding out who it is. What in the fuck are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? Go to bed. Take a nap. So again, dumbest thing you could possibly do. To tell the fucking kidnappers if they are not family. Oh yeah, a lot of stuff is happening. You'll see the DOJ or the FBI or whoever. He doesn't even know how many people he's got working on it. You stupid. You don't. When he said the DOJ or FBI or whoever, thanks for narrowing that down, Mr. President. Exactly. Peace. I know. But the fact that he has interjected this on fucking you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. And if you don't know, and you don't have to watch my thing on Lindbergh baby, but if you Google the Lindbergh baby and just look at the outline, you don't have to be very take a nap, you fat fuck. You don't have to know every detail, but in this kidnapping of Lindbergh's baby, I think it was 100 something. It was probably 100 years ago, maybe less than that. And the way that happened, and the proof of life, and the way the kidnappers, even back then, were able to kind of, make their way. There are so many things he could have been doing. About 1,000 things he could have been doing instead of. That's why I say that the press corps at the back need to lock the door. And when they hear him coming, make everybody so that he really, well, he pledged the FBI's assistant, right? And Kash Patel, who is running the FBI, did say the same thing, that they would be involved. And there are agents there. They've been there the whole time. The FBI has got an agent that has been there the entire time. And now we have some more. So I don't know if Kash has talked to the family or not. I know that, again, they have the FBI. And Mr. Trump, it would be the FBI. I know you said that Department of Justice, the FBI, or whoever. This is your country. And you have pledged to that family that you will do everything that you can do. You will send the FBI. They will be at their disposal. And then you get up here and you fucking don't remember which agency has covered it. I don't know. Whatever. Or whoever he said. And then you break this up. And I'm not saying that Savannah Guthrie is a low-level celebrity, but she's kind of a, we know who she is. Again, she was getting ready. The police and the FBI said the way it was handled by the kidnapping crew was something they aren't trained for. And you know what? I am not shocked about that, G. I am not. I'm not. Because in the beginning, I am sorry, but Sheriff Nanos was in over his head. A little bit to have processed that house so quickly as his department did, right? Well, again, releasing it back to the family. That's a move that the sheriff did. And then have I think when they took it back, I think that was the FBI that did that. It definitely wasn't the sheriff's department. And I'm not saying that they're not. I'm not saying that they're not. I don't think they're. I don't think they're idiots, but I think again that there hasn't been a kidnapping in America in a long time that I'm aware of. Anyway, did they do Patty Hearst? Yeah, didn't they do Patty? Exactly. Yeah. Yes, Johnny. Yes. Yeah. Yes. It's weird. That sister any gives me the Robert. Did you? All right. Let me show you. Let me see if I still have it up. I want to show you her. What are we gonna call that? So the first, I just do this. Hold on. I know what I'm doing. We're gonna look at the first time we saw her. And for that, we will go to this right here. All right, so let's share this. Why are you on my goddamn thing? Sorry. Again, wrong one. Sorry. All right. Where is this photo? Okay, here we go. Sorry. I'm sorry. I got it. I wasn't expecting it to be there. So we're going to just look at the sister. All right. We're going to look at the sister. And okay, here we go. We're going to share this. Okay. So look at this sister. This sister right here, no makeup, hair pulled back, questionable choice of clothes, as is the brother. Do not get me wrong. But this is her blank. She was blank the whole time. Mama. All right. And now we're going to look at this time. We're going to look at this time. All right. So to do that, I'm going to have to go back over here. I'm going to have to share. I'm going to have to choose the screen. And I will do it. Did I do it? I don't believe I did. Let's see. Nope, I didn't do it. All right, hold on. What did I do it? Hold on. Bless them. God bless America. I'm telling you, one day when I perfect this whole thing, y'all gonna be in big trouble. Okay, here we go. Please tell me I have it this time.
return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with
There
her.
we go. Now look at the sister.
This is the only way we
right?
will have peace. This is very valuable to us.
This,
we will pay.
this is the third time they have tried to.
We received your message and we understand.
Let's stop and look at this sister right now. I wish I could make this bigger. So she had absolutely zero emotion on her face the first time. I almost get that. Because you would be so devastated, and this is so far out of the realm of reality that could have happened that you could think of, right? And so you're a little bit shocked that this was also done. That first one where I think the sister's husband was already quote unquote a suspect. And look at this one. Let's look at this one. Let me see. Can I make it bigger? Oh, I can. Get hell. Okay. Now she's holding hands with the brother, and so they're all holding hands right now. But this sister right here, she has gone through. Oh, we have a little jacket on this time. The hair, we've got a curling iron has hit that. I can just tell you that. I'm a woman. A curling iron was putting those things in. It looks like she's got a little bit of makeup on, maybe. She does not look anywhere near as awful as she did the first one. So, but look at Miss Savannah. Absolutely. Just look at her. Look at her brother. I can't believe that there's somebody out there going, okay, Annie, listen, I know we've been to your house 15 times. I know that we were in there last night like we were Papa fucking Rotzi in there and taking pictures of everything that you own and whatnot. But can you please clean this up the next time? Maybe get some curls in it, a little something, little body. No, nobody is telling her to do that. Stop it. No. You think her brother knows? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting for sure. She does look a bit touched. You're not lying. You're not lying. So it's going to be a pretty interesting next 24 hours or so, or more. I guess a little bit more. It's going to be interesting. We're going to have an interesting day and night tonight. And I got a feeling tomorrow is going to bring a lot of activity because we're hitting that 5 o'clock Monday deadline that Harvey Levin said is the only one to worry about. So I don't know. This would be the second deadline that they set. The first one, I think Levin said was kind of not. There's no big deal, the deadline for I think it was Friday. I'm not sure when. Nope, Friday was yesterday. Anyway, I don't know. I can't remember what the first one was, but this Harvey Levin of TMZ did say that this one right here, the one tomorrow, is the one that is the only one that anybody should worry about. So I can only assume that they, gave them that deadline. If they don't have that money by then, we're going to have a problem. Now, is she already dead? That's something else to think about. Is she already dead? She could be. We don't know. I hope that's not the case. But again, if you go back to the Lindbergh baby, and the money that was paid by Lindbergh, and then nothing happened, and then like one day they find the skeleton of your 2-year-old's, however old he was, and it had been there for the whole time. That baby never left that property. Exactly. And to Mike, if you weren't here before, and this comes from Harvey Levin, that the original note does say when you pay us, all right, when we get the money, you will have your mother back in a few hours. I don't know if it was 2, 3, 4 hours, whatever, but there's a timeline there that once the money is paid, it'll be a couple of hours, they'll get their mother back. So what TMZ did is they went Tucson, right? Boom. And they did a radius of how long it would take, how many miles it would take to drive 3 or 4 hours. 700 was the big number. And so they did the radius, and this is where she could be if they had to drive her a couple of hours back. I'm not buying this thing with Shannon. If it was real, they would have be silent. Yeah, now Johnny, I'll tell you a funny thing about that is that in the first note, it said if you go to the police, we're gonna harm her. And that lasted for about 12 hours. 12 hours. And then Sheriff Nanos decided to do a fucking press conference. Again, why? Why are you having a press conference talking about a ransom that you weren't supposed to tell us about? Anyway, so it's just been, I don't know, Johnny. I think we're all going to either be shocked or, he's a damn joke. I think we're all going to be shocked at who's arrested, or we're going to be shocked by who's not arrested. I found out let's talk about Summer Wells again. I hate to bring her up, but okay. So even though the state of Tennessee, the FBI, whoever has been interviewing the parents of Summer Wells, they've just said nothing, right? They don't say anything of it. They'll answer some questions up to a point, and then they don't. That's been how long happening? 4 years there? I find it very hard to believe that Candace and Dawn Wells are smart enough, one, to pass a lie detector test, which they have. They have passed them. I don't think they were smart enough to fool the FBI. They're not that smart. But they did. If they're responsible, they sure as hell did. They fooled the FBI. They fooled everybody. My thing is, if you just don't talk, you're fine. You'll be fine. You make sure the body's not found, and you just don't fucking say a word, you're good. They're not going to do anything to you. They can't. Exactly. Yeah. So, I've said before, either you have to be a complete moron or you have to be a complete genius to fake a lot and fool a lie detector test. It's got to be one or the other. Either you're brilliant or you're a fucking idiot. Whatever it is, they got it. They don't. We don't know. So, and then let's look at the Melody Buzzard. Let's look at the Melody Buzzard. Her mother, she did not come home with her child, right? What, for a month? Over a month? She's in the house. She is, passed these past tests to find out that, yeah, she shot her kid in Utah. So another thing, either you refuse to take one because you don't have to. It's not admissible in court. You don't have to do anything like that. You can refuse to take one, and you're good. You're good. Beats the damn thing I've never seen in my life. I have never in my life seen anything like that. So look, if I know people are getting ready for the big game, the huge game. If there's anything else that pops off, I will go live. Because again, I think today and tomorrow is going to be very hectic. So if anything pops off tonight, I'll go live again. And if not, I'll go live tomorrow when we get close to that 5 o'clock magic number that they have, which I hope and pray that this woman is returned to her family, who obviously adore her. I hope that she comes home very much. I hope they find out who did it. The law enforcement agencies, well trained. Yeah. It's just like, gee, the thing is like that they say, I don't know if I could be wrong. I mean, they could be throwing shit at us, but yeah, the untraceable first email / note, and then we had the second note, and that was not from the same I want to say IP address, but I don't think they have an IP address. It wasn't the same place that the first one was. So this was a whole new other email that they had to use. I hate to think that in this 2026, the FBI, CIA, AOL, CBS doesn't know how to effing trace something. That there's got to be something in place that we don't know about that can do this. And if there's not, Trump, if there isn't something like that, you need to do this in your last 3 years. Please go and make sure that is something that get Kash Patel to do that for us. Could you please? We don't want him to be, fucking asshole. Hey, Viper. So commercially. Really? Well, that doesn't hold very much hope, does it? Because I know they said the Bitcoin account was active, but they couldn't say any more than that. Now, they supposedly, now I'm just hearing what I heard, okay, through the grapevine, that, what did I have? I think it was Harvey Levin and what's his face, that they will be able to tell if that amount of money was paid to that Bitcoin, but not very much. Yeah. Johnny Crane, we're going to see, Viper I saw, like, y'all know I'm the world, well, you don't know, but I am the world's worst reading a text. Hey, Melinda, responding to a text. And this morning I said, oh shit, Viper texted me. Let me see. Hold on, because Clancy did too. Angelo. My money is on someone that knows her or a club member. It's someone close to the family. Yeah, knows her from church. Yeah, I think that's 100%. Absolutely. Bitcoin's a bit different. I hope they know. Again, this is, you listen to like Harvey Levin. What is that fucking idiot? Why can I not remember this guy's name? He was one of OJ's effing Jeff Garagos. There we go. Jeff Garagos. That's on TMZ. You need to go watch that. It's him and Levin and Garagos talking about this stuff. So and Garagos offers a lot of stuff too. But Harvey Levin is an attorney that started TMZ. He's an attorney, so he's not an idiot. He's not just one of these people that he's an actual attorney. So you have a defense lawyer and an attorney talking about something. It's very interesting to watch. I think it lasted maybe 30 to 40 minutes, but I would suggest you go and watch it because it's pretty telling, actually. So yeah, I guess we could have put that up, but sorry, I'm sorry. But again, I will come back if something pops off. And if that doesn't, I will completely and utterly come back tomorrow if something pops off, or be around that 5 o'clock Tucson time. So, that will be what is done. I appreciate y'all coming to hear this. Like I said, pray for everybody because they need it. And I'm going to go upstairs. And Shannon, I love you. Thank you, Melinda. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I try, honey. I try. I'm old. I have to start thinking about this stuff. All right. You too, Fist Crank. Bye, bitches. I love y'all. All right. I will see y'all. Hopefully not soon, but maybe. All right. Bye, guys. Be safe.